Hi everyone, Renee here. Today is my grandson's birthday. Well, actually, it's tomorrow, but we're celebrating it tonight. So, this is one of his favorite cakes that he loves. It's so moist and he really enjoys it. He loves it. So, we're going to make that for him today. Very simple, very easy. You guys are going to love it. Kids just love this cake. They absolutely do. And this is all you need here. So it's very simple. Just 2 8-ounce tubs of whipped cream. That's it. Or a large tub of whipped cream. Thawed, of course. We're just going to use 2 round pans, and all I did is throw some parchment paper in there. Literally cut them the best I could, threw them in there, sprayed them. If you don't have the round pans, just use a 13 by 9. You can just use a flat 13 by 9 and do a flat cake. That's not a big deal. You can make it that way. He likes it made this way, so I'm doing it this way. But you can make it with 13 by 9 too. So this is how we're going to make it today because this is how he likes it. Happy birthday, Nathan. And this is just a box of German cake mix, chocolate German cake mix. And just make it accordingly. That's all you got to do, except I'm going to substitute instead of the water, I'm going to use milk, because it just makes it richer, creamier, just that little tweak. And you don't have to. You could just do whatever your box of cake mix says. That's just fine. I just do milk instead. Just gives it that little bit of more, just a little bit richer. But you don't have to, because this is going to be very moist and delicious with how we're doing this today. That's why everybody just loves it. And it's quick and it's easy. And all we have here is a heavy 1/3 cup of chocolate toffee chunks, just about a heavy third, whatever you need. You get them in a bag. So just chocolate toffee chunks. And this is a 14-ounce can of sweetened condensed milk. So that's all you need for this recipe. Very simple, very easy, not hard at all. And so all I'm going to do is whip this up. I'm going to get this cake mix whipped together just by the directions. Just going to substitute the water for the milk. And and we're just going to get this ready and get it in our pans and get it ready in a 350 oven. Okay, we've got our cake mix mixed up according to the directions, except I substituted the milk for the water. And we're just going to evenly distribute these into our pans. Okay, that looks pretty even. And I always, before I throw them in the oven, I smack these down. I already did it, so you can't, but see all these little air bubbles coming up. I always smack these down before I put them into the oven. So we have our oven preheated to 350. That's what the directions said. So I'm going to put them in there real quick, and we'll check them in 30 minutes. And my quick tip for today is I try to throw in, if it's something I can make it according to what we're doing, is great. If I've got a tip. So today, when I went to the store, they were completely out of the chocolate and toffee bits that I usually get in the bag. It's chocolate and toffee bits. They just had toffee bits, which isn't quite the same when you go to put it on your dessert or your cake or whatever recipe you're using. So what I did is I grabbed the toffee bits that didn't have the chocolate in them, bring it home, and I put them in a bag, grabbed my milk chocolate chips that I had. You can even use semi-sweet chocolate chips if you want. Whatever you got, chips in the cupboard. So I had milk chocolate, threw them in here, and just bashed them down with my handy dandy rolling pin, and voila, chocolate toffee bits for my dessert. Okay, the cake just came out of the oven. It cooked about 34 minutes. We just took one and put it on what we're going to use to take over for my grandson's birthday. We just put it on just a cake plate, and this one will just let cool. Take probably about 30 minutes, 35 minutes or so for it to cool. It's got to completely cool before we decorate it. Okay, it's been about 40 minutes or so. Both cakes have cooled real nice. And what you do next is, after they've cooled, you just place it on a plate like I showed you. This has been sitting. You just take you can take the end of a shish kebab stick. You can use that back of a utensil, a meat thermometer, anything to poke holes all over the cakes. And then we're just going to pour our condensed milk over it. So we've poked all the holes in this. We've poked all the holes in this. Now we're just going to pour the condensed milk all over this one. And then we're going to put our whipped cream on. And then we're going to put the top layer on. We've poked holes in here and we've poked holes in here. Okay, all we did is take our sweetened condensed milk, like I said, and we took half of it, half the can, and poured it all over this. Now we're going to just coat it with some Cool Whip, with one of our Cool Whip tubs, and then we're going to place this on top of that. Okay, we went ahead and we used most of our Cool Whip of our one tub. We've got this all coated good. We're just going to take this and put it on top now. Okay, we've taken our top layer, put it on, and remember we had all those holes in it, and we just used the rest of our half of can of sweetened condensed milk and poured it all over it, and it's just oozing in them layers of cake and going in those holes and seeping in. It's going to be so good. Now we're just going to layer this whole thing, the rest of it, with this Cool Whip. We're going to layer it all for his birthday cake, and then we're going to go ahead and put on our chocolate toffee. Okay, we've put it together. Put all the rest of the Cool Whip on. Literally just throw on the toffee chocolate chip chunks. And voila, one of my grandson's favorite cakes for his birthday. He's going to love it. So, yeah. This is a wonderful cake. And it's easy to make, and it's delicious. And I'm actually going to cut into it so you can see the inside of it. Okay, I cut a piece. That's how it looks inside. This cake is moist, easy, and absolutely delicious. The kids, everybody loves it. You're going to love this recipe. So I hope you enjoyed today's recipe. This is Renee. Don't forget to subscribe. Happy cooking and baking.